Why did I choose to walk into Blackthorn Hollow on Halloween night? It seemed like a good idea at the time, a bit of fun, a challenge to myself, and perhaps a story to tell later. Everyone in our town knew the legend of the witches who gathered there every All Hallows Eve, but nobody had ever really seen them. Some said they were just old stories meant to scare children. Others swore they'd seen strange lights and heard whispers in the trees. I guess I wanted to find out for myself. The moon hung high, a perfect silver circle in the sky, casting long, twisting shadows across the path as I ventured deeper into the woods. The air was crisp, the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves mingling with the distant smell of wood smoke. My footsteps crunched loudly on the ground, and I found myself glancing over my shoulder more often than I wanted to admit. I felt like the trees were watching me, their bare branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. I'd been walking for maybe 20 minutes when I heard it, a soft, low hum, like a chorus of voices singing in harmony. I froze, straining my ears to catch the sound. It was coming from deeper in the woods, where the trees grew thicker, their trunks dark and foreboding. My heart pounded in my chest, but I couldn't turn back now. I followed the sound, drawn like a moth to a flame, curiosity outweighing caution. As I crept closer, the humming grew louder, clearer. I could make out the words now, an ancient chant in a language I didn't understand, but the melody was hauntingly beautiful. It seemed to resonate with the very earth, vibrating through my bones. I pushed through the thick undergrowth, my heart racing, until I stumbled into a small clearing. That's when I saw them. They stood in a circle around a flickering fire, a group of women dressed in flowing robes of deep purples, greens, and blacks. Their faces were partially hidden by the shadows, but their eyes seemed to glow in the dark, reflecting the firelight with an unnatural gleam. The one in the center raised her arms, and the humming ceased. For a moment, there was nothing but silence and the crackle of the flames. I held my breath, afraid to make a sound. "Welcome, wanderer," the woman in the center spoke, her voice smooth as velvet and commanding. I felt a chill run down my spine. I hadn't expected them to notice me, much less speak to me. My first instinct was to run, but my feet felt glued to the ground. I swallowed hard and tried to find my voice. Who are you?" I managed to stammer. The woman smiled, a slow, knowing smile that sent a shiver through me. "We are the Sisters of the Veil," she replied, "keepers of the old ways, protectors of the ancient magic that flows through these lands." Her gaze seemed to pierce through me, reading every thought, every fear in my mind. I didn't know what to say, so I stayed silent, my eyes darting from one woman to the next. There was a power in the air, something almost tangible, and I could feel it pressing against my skin like a heavy blanket. I didn't know whether to be afraid or in awe. "We felt your presence," another witch said, her voice softer, almost kind. "You were curious, drawn to us by a force you do not yet understand." I nodded slowly, not trusting myself to speak. The firelight flickered, casting strange shadows that seemed to dance around the clearing. The wind picked up, carrying with it the scent of herbs and something sweet, almost like honey. "You've come on a special night," the leader continued. "The night when the veil between worlds is at its thinnest, when those who seek may find, if they are brave enough." My mouth went dry. "Find what?" I whispered. She stepped closer, her eyes never leaving mine. "Truth," she said simply. "Magic. The things you've been searching for, even if you don't know it yet." I felt a strange pull, a yearning deep in my chest. "What do I have to do?" The witches exchanged glances, a silent conversation passing between them. Finally, the leader spoke again. "Stay with us until the moon reaches its zenith," she said. "If you do, we will show you things you have never dreamed of. But be warned, the path is not easy, and the truth is not always kind." I hesitated, fear and excitement warring within me. I'd always believed in something more, something beyond the mundane world I knew. Maybe this was my chance to see it. "I'll stay," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. The witches smiled, and the circle began to move, their voices rising in song once more. The air seemed to shimmer around me, the shadows lengthening and twisting in impossible ways. I took a deep breath and stepped closer to the fire, feeling its warmth against my skin. The night was just beginning, and I had no idea what lay ahead. But I was ready to find out. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching.